Juventus, the name inspires contention. It inspires fear. But most importantly, it inspires respect. The old lady have stood tall and proud since 1897, and their dominance is unquestioned in Italy. No Italian sides won more trophies across all competitions, and the run they're on right now is unmatched. They've won 33 titles officially, and they had 2 more snatched from their trophy cabinet under extremely controversial circumstances. You can't question a record-breaking 6 titles in a row to go along with 2 Champions League final appearances in 3 years, though. When it comes to the Bianconeri, only a handful in history can match up. Known for the combination of grit and class that defines Lo Stile Juve, some of the greatest players in the game have turned out for Juventus. The club's unofficial motto is "Winning isn't important, it's the only thing that matters," and no 3 Senatori represent it better. These are the true icons that define Juventus Football Club. Juventus have had some legendary Frenchmen, but Michel Platini was Le Roi, the king. The legendary Frenchman won everything possible in a Juventus shirt. Platini took the famous number 10 shirt in 1982, but his first season was rough. It got so bad he almost left Juve halfway through. It took the man a whole half year to get settled in, but a change in tactics saw him find his feet, and that's when he truly became the king. Platini was the complete attacking midfielder. Blessed with a silken touch, otherworldly vision, and an unmatched eye for goal, Platini had all the tools. Just as adept at scoring goals as he was creating them, he played the game with a subtle grace. His influence was anything but. It was those skills that led Platini to 3 consecutive Ballons d'Or with Juventus. In the process, all he did was manage to score over 100 goals, win a couple Serie A titles, and bring Juve their first ever European Cup trophy in 1985. Platini spent a fruitful 5 years with Juventus before he retired in the shirt and icon. His post-playing career may be rife with controversy, but there's none of that surrounding his impact on the pitch. He won't just go down as one of Juve's best ever, he'll go down as one of the greatest to ever do it. Now, how do you keep Zinedine Zidane off a list like this? You do it by keeping almost everything out of your net. When he hangs his gloves up, Gianluigi Buffon might just go down as the greatest ever. And if he doesn't, a few people will have some choice words about it. Italy's undisputed number 1 for nearly 2 decades, Gigi signed for a world record fee from Parma in 2001. The €52 million fee sounded absurd back then, but it didn't take any time for Buffon to prove he was worth every single lira. In his first 2 seasons at the club, he won back-to-back Serie A titles, picking up Goalkeeper of the Year honors in both years. In just his second year at Juve, he even managed to become the only goalkeeper in history to win the now non-existent UEFA Club Footballer of the Year award. When Calciopoli rocked Juventus, Buffon was one of the first to declare his loyalty to his lady. He was already a fan favorite by then, but his decision to stay with the club through its darkest moments cemented his place in Juve lore. Superman was Bianconero through and through, and that put the ultimate stamp on it. Although Buffon's never won the Champions League with Juventus, he's won every other trophy possible, multiple times. He owns so many records in Italy, they may even name the position after him once he retires. And at Juventus, where he's now captain, he's something akin to a god. No other goalkeeper comes close to his status, and only a few players can count themselves fortunate enough to be mentioned in the same breath. If Platini was the king and Buffon was Juventus' rock, then what words could we possibly find for this guy? No one has embodied Lo Stile Juve like Alessandro Del Piero. Ask a Juve supporter who represents the club most, and 9 times out of 10, you'll get Ale's name in return. Legendary players like John Charles, Gianpiero Boniperti, and Michel Platini paved the way, but Del Piero came through and he became Juventus. ADP joined up in '93 and spent just short of 2 decades with his old lady. During their blessed union, he won every single trophy possible, breaking Juventus records for both goals scored with 290 and appearances made with 705. Del Piero will never be forgotten for the impossibly curled free kicks, the trademark cutback, or the sheer variety and tastiness of the countless goals he poured in for the Turin Giants. But what truly etches his name in the old lady's history books? Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. When Juve were relegated after the huge Calciopoli controversy, Del Piero was the most important name to decide to stay. A true gentleman never leaves his lady, were the Juve captain's words, and he kept them. Del Piero didn't just stick around, he finished as top scorer in Serie B to help Juventus bounce right back up. And the next season, he only went and finished as top scorer once again, becoming only the 2nd Italian ever to win consecutive Capocannoniere titles in 2 different leagues. Del Piero might have called time on his Juventus career years ago, but he's capitano per sempre, the captain forever. Class and controversy, the black and the white. Juventus are one of world soccer's most storied and decorated clubs, and the players that have written those stories with their feet are some of the greatest authors in history. Platini, Del Piero, and Buffon have woven some of the most legendary tales in Bianconeri history, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better trio to represent the old lady. Agree or disagree? Hit us up below. Forza Juve.